Okay, first thing I want to do in this video is just go over one of the things that we talked about today in class. And then we're going to preview on the next 3 slides things that we're going to do tomorrow or Friday in class. And I just have to say that ratios are one of my favorite things to teach in all middle school. So I think you're going to totally love this. So let's start with the first problem here, that we have Caroline has 8 pencils. So I just like to always sort of summarize my information. Caroline has 8 and Asa has 6. And now I ask you for the ratio of Caroline's to Asa's. And remember, order is so important. Whoever's name goes first, that number goes first. It has to match. So I know it's 8 for Caroline, and then a colon for the word 2, and then Asa for 6. Okay, we saw this today, that you guys were really good with all the Skittle examples that we did, that you can make an equivalent ratio. So now we could say instead that it's also 4 to 3. But remember, we can't, we could also say that it could be, 4 over 3, because that's also 4 to 3 for us. Or we could say 4, and the word 2, and then 3. Just remember that we can't turn this into an improper fraction, because we want to be showing part to part. Caroline's part to Asa's part. All right, let's try the next question. What is the ratio of Asa's pencils? So again, Asa is 6, and this time I ask for the total. So how am I going to get the total? I'm going to have to add Caroline and Asa's together to get to 14. So now I know it's 6, and it's in this order. Asa, so he's 6, 2, so I have my colon, and then the total is 14. So 6 to 14 is great. However, I can simplify it, so instead I'm going to divide both by 2. Again, this is just like what we're thinking about with fractions, finding a common factor, and we go from 3 to 7. This is new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a method with you that I really like, because I can organize my work and see everything really well. So here I go. Why don't you read this problem to yourself as I read it to you. So Susanna and Gabby share markers in the ratio of 3 to 4. So what I do right away is I know Susanna is the 3 part because she was first, and Gabby is the 4 part. So you know Gabby has more markers. And what I do is I let Susanna have 3 boxes, because she has 3 for every 4 of Gabby's. If she has 3, Gabby is going to have 1 more. So I try to line up my boxes so that they're the same size, and now I can see it's 3 to 4. In this situation, I'm going to say to you that Susanna has 12 markers. Well, where is Susanna? These 3 boxes here represent her 12 markers. So what I want to do now is figure out how much is in each one of these boxes. So I have 3 boxes for a total of 12 markers. 12 there are 3 groups to get into 12, so I know that each one of these had to have been 4. And to check it, I can say 3 times 4 is 12, or 4 plus 4 is 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12. If those boxes are 4, Gabby's boxes are also 4. And how many does Gabby have? All I need to do now is say, what is 4 times 4? And I get to the 16 markers that Gabby has. And you can check it. Are there markers in the ratio of 3 to 4? So is 12 to 16 also 3 to 4? And you can see that those are equivalent ratios. So we're all set. Okay, what we have this time is that Susanna and Gabby still have their markers in the ratio of 3 to 4. So I'm going to do the same. I love boxes. It keeps me so organized. You can see it right away. I love it. So 3 boxes for Susanna and 4 boxes for Gabby. Again, as best as I can, I draw them the same size. This time, they have 28 markers all together. So last time it was just Susanna's that got labeled, the number of boxes. But now this time, it's going to be both girls that have 28 markers all together. So this time I ask myself, okay, I have 28 markers, and this time I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes. So 7 groups of something are going to get me to 28. And I know 7 times 4 is 28. So I just fill in all my 4s here. Great. And then, I'm sorry, that's a 4. And then the question I ask you then is, how many does each student have? So I know Susanna has 4 times 3, or 12. And I know that Gabby has 4 times 4, or 16. And again, I can check. It's so cool. Do they end up having 28 markers altogether? Yep. This is the last situation that we'll be working on. So I just want you to see one more option with these kinds of problems. So again, Susanna and Gabby have markers in the ratio of 3 to 4. So Susanna gets those 3 boxes. And Gabby gets 4 boxes. And now this time there's a little bit of a different information given to you. This time I say Gabby has 6 more markers than Susanna. So this is when I want to think about what shows me what more Gabby has. Well, I can see that these match up, these match up, these match up. This box here, this extra box, is the extra markers that Gabby has. So these 6 markers here show the extra boxes and the extra markers. And if that box is 6, all of the other boxes are 6. So now my question to you this time is, instead, how many markers does Susanna have? And I know Susanna has 6 times 3 for right here. And then that equals 18. So that means that Susanna this time has 18 markers. We're going to practice this for a bunch of days, and you're going to feel like $1,000,000 about these, but I wanted you to see them before class tomorrow. Okay, see you then.